This is the story of how a young woman turned butterfly photos into $102,000.
In 1 year, a 24-year-old woman earned $102,000. In the first 6 weeks, she took 1,742 photographs in an ordinary city park in Miami, selected 86 of the best shots, licensed 24 of them, and sold 312 prints. No studio, no advertising, just a camera, a park, and the decision to be attentive. At the time, she didn't see these numbers as anything special. They only made sense later when she looked back. Back then, photography was not a plan. It was a routine, a habit formed over years of walking the same paths, noticing the same trees, watching how the city slowly woke up every morning. Every morning at 7 a.m., she walked into the park with her camera, not because she expected results, but because she was used to observing. In 1 hour, she took an average of 120 to 180 photos and deleted almost all of them. In 1 week, more than 700 frames. In 1 month, thousands of images no one ever saw. She wasn't chasing rare shots or dramatic scenes. She focused on what felt invisible to others, light slipping through branches, long shadows stretching across paths, small pauses when people stopped walking without realizing why. She lived in Miami and followed the same routes for years, keeping a strict rhythm, 4 to 5 walks a week, 2 hours each. Some days she kept 5 to 10 photos, other days, none at all. That never bothered her. She never introduced herself as a photographer. It felt too loud, too intentional. For her, it was closer to note-taking, visual notes of how the city breathed. One spring morning, she arrived at the park earlier than usual, around 7:20 a.m., The temperature was about plus 27 degrees Celsius, 81 degrees Fahrenheit. The air felt heavy, almost still. There were very few people. That's when she noticed something unusual. Large butterflies, bright and almost unreal, were landing directly on people. Not on flowers, not on trees, on shoulders, hands, backpacks. People froze, some laughed, some were afraid to move. Almost no one managed to pull out their phone in time. She did. That morning she took 67 photos, a butterfly on a child's palm, on the hat of an elderly woman, on the jacket of a runner who stopped in the middle of the path. The images felt unreal, like fragments of a quiet fairy tale unfolding inside a busy city. That evening she posted 8 photos online, without captions, without strategy, without expectations. Just as she had done hundreds of times before, at some point she almost stopped. Around the 17th month of her walks, there were 26,843 photos on her phone, overflowing cloud storage, and nearly 120 repeated routes across the same Miami parks. Over the last 11 weeks, not a single image gave her that familiar feeling. She started going out less, not 3 times a week, but once or twice. She took fewer photos, 60 to 80 instead of the usual 150. One morning around 8:04 a.m., she almost left her camera in the car. She did leave it and then came back, lost 12 minutes, and in those 12 minutes, she saw a scene she couldn't forget. A man standing completely still while a huge butterfly rested on his shoulder. People walked past, no one stopped. She took only 9 shots. That night, she opened those files 27 times, no edits, no posting, just watching. The next day, she returned to the park. Then again and again. After 10 days, she had 114 similar scenes. She realized it wasn't about butterflies. It was about people freezing. She began documenting reactions instead of objects. She wrote things down. How long people stood still, 6 to 18 seconds. Whether they looked at the camera, 72% did not. Whether someone was nearby. After 3 weeks, she didn't just have an archive, she had a repeating human pattern. Photography stopped being observation and became research. The morning after her first post, her phone showed 43 new notifications. People asked where it was taken, whether they could get the photo, whether they could buy a print. Within 72 hours, 19 people messaged her. Before that, she might receive 1 or 2 messages a month. She had never sold photographs before. She didn't have pricing or packaging or experience, but She decided to try. She selected 24 images, uploaded them to stock platforms, built a simple website in one evening, and added print ordering. After 7 days, she made her first license sale, $120. After 3 weeks, 5 more. After 6 weeks, she had sold 312 prints priced between $18 and $45. She started counting. In the first month and a half, 1,742 photos taken, 86 selected, 24 licensed, $21,400 in revenue. She returned to the park no longer for butterflies, but for repeatability. 3 months after her first sales, nothing felt accidental anymore. She had numbers, patterns, structure. Her archive grew to over 4,800 thematic images shot in the same locations at similar times under similar conditions. She stopped photographing on inspiration. Every walk had a goal. She went to the park 3 times a week, strictly from 7 to 9:30 a.m., taking 90 to 120 photos, keeping only 10 to 12. She noticed that images showing people interacting with the moment sold 2.3 times more often than simple nature shots. She grouped photos into scenarios: unexpected calm, pause in motion, silence inside the city. Every 2 weeks, she uploaded 15 to 20 images, tracking which licensed faster. After 6 weeks, one rule became clear: 20% of images generated over 70% of revenue. She removed the rest. She created 3 digital packs for designers, 25 to 40 images each, priced at $29 and $49. In the first month, they brought $3,400. Then she added annual access for agencies, $390 per year. It was purchased 11 times in 60 days. Her workload stayed the same, 6 to 8 hours a week. By the 9th month, she stopped tracking income weekly. She looked at quarters. She optimized her portfolio to 312 key images, generating 80% of income. Requests for image series followed, $1,500 to $4,000 per project. Over 3 months, she completed 9 projects, no team, no ads, no burnout. In 12 months, her income exceeded $2,000, licensing $61,000, prints $27,400, and digital products $13,600. She didn't change her lifestyle, same walks, same park, same camera. She simply learned to notice value where others see coincidence. This is not a story about photography. It's a story about attention, about patience, and about how calm observation can quietly turn into a working system. How did you like this story? Write in the comments